All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. Okay, y'all, back with my review for TUF episode 6. All right, y'all, so pretty much I want to go ahead and jump into the fight because this episode was pretty much the same. You know, a lot of these episodes have been pretty much the same from here. You know, just a lot of fighters, trying to make weight, trying to, drain that weight down, trying to get in there and get into that mindset to, get focused for their next upcoming fight, right? So we got pretty much that down now. They haven't really done any type of challenges yet, so there ain't nothing to talk about there. And like I said, Pena and Nunes, they haven't really been interacting that much, so there hasn't really been a lot of drama between the two. It's like they've really been avoiding each other when it comes down to it. So, I have no problem with that. I mean, the only interesting thing was, Claire Guthrie, another fighter trying to make that weight. I think like a week out, she was like 142 pounds. And, leading up to the fight, leading up to the weigh-in, I think she had like an hour before she could cut down to weight, so she had to cut her hair. Similar to how like Sarah Eubank had to do a little while back, right, when she had to cut the dreads off to make that 1.5 pounds or something like that, right? But the most interesting thing about this thing was this little rivalry going on between these two, Julianna Miller and Claire Guthrie. And it wasn't really like this big major rivalry because they're still young in their careers. They just have past history. They fought for Invicta like 9 months ago, because I actually watched that when that was whenever Invicta moved to AXS or Access TV. They had a 3-round fight, flyweight fight back in Invicta FC, and Claire Guthrie, she won the first fight. First fight was, pretty good back and forth action. Both fighters, really wanted to go in there and, make a statement. And this time around, Julianna Miller, she was working on making those improvements to go in there and, get some get back from Claire Guthrie. And I have to say, man, so far this fight has turned out to be the best fight. Not the best technical matchup or like the best to say, okay, these fighters are really, really looking like they're going to be threats to the flyweight division. But just as far as these two fighters laying it all on the line, they went in there and they put on a good show, and we got heavyweights in the house now. We got heavyweights in there. And so far, these two ladies, they went in there and they spilled blood in this fight. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't understand why a lot of people don't like WMMA fighters, because they always say, oh, they're not that exciting. But to me, it seems like when I pull up these fights, sometimes it seems like the women, they lay it all on the line sometimes. They throw caution to the wind and they just go straight in there. And that's what Claire Guthrie and Julianna Miller did in this fight. I mean, going back to the first round, right away, Julianna Miller, she came out blasting right hands. She was connecting right hands right on the chin. But Claire Guthrie, she started attacking that leg and she dropped Miller with a good kick to the back of the leg. But Miller, she got right back up, went in for the clinch. And that's where Claire Guthrie just started stabbing her with these right hands to the body. Like in the clinch, she was hitting her hard shots to the rib cage. But Miller just kept pushing that pace. Even when they would break, she kept pushing that pace, landing that good, solid long jab right down the pipe. Guthrie, she looked better in the clinch to me in this first round, though, because every time they would clinch up, she was controlling and she was landing these hard right hands. And she did get a takedown. Not much came from it, but she was able to take Miller down, and she landed some big knees when they got back up to Miller's face. So Miller, she was in there taking a lot of hits. You know what I mean? Like, she was pushing the pace and landing a lot of shots of her own, but she was walking through a lot of fire here. So first round I gave to Guthrie. I thought she used the range and lateral movement well. She was setting up the right hand, stinging Julianna Miller with some good shots, and she had some good jabs in that first round. Every time Miller would step in, she would pop that jab off and hit her square in the face. Second round, Guthrie, she came out blasting combinations. She was picking up right where she left off, tagging Julianna Miller, tagging her with some good shots. I mean, Miller was still pushing the pace. Like, every time Guthrie would come back with those combinations, Miller would come right back. But Guthrie, she got another takedown this round. Again, not much came, but she was actually, I think, getting a better position here and actually, reacting better to how Julianna Miller would, whenever Julianna Miller would come straight in the way she was. Again, her right hand was just cracking Miller across the face. Every time she would time Julianna Miller's jab, she would land that right hand. Now, the first minute or so, I thought the round was going to go to Guthrie, like 2 minutes in, because I thought she was landing the better shots. But then she started to slow down the second round, and that's where she just let it all fall. I think, Miller came on strong with the jab, just busting Guthrie up. Guthrie, whenever she slowed down, she got hit with like a good combination. I think it was like a good flurry of punches. Then I think she went in for a takedown. But it was Julianna Miller that took control of the takedown. She got the top position, and she was just controlling Guthrie throughout the, I'd say, like the last couple minutes of the round. So I'd say the first 2 minutes went to Guthrie. It looked like her round, but then Miller, she came on strong in the last 3 minutes and, you know, just started pushing the pace with the jab and was landing some good shots on the bottom, you know, well, on top position when they went to the ground. Third round, fight would definitely had to go to a third round. Miller came back just wearing Guthrie down here, you know, jabs, you know, pushing into the clinch, just wearing Guthrie down, you know, hitting her square in the face with those 1-2s. Guthrie, again, she got a takedown here. You know, I think she was doing good with these takedowns. She just didn't really know what to do with Julianna Miller's position, because when they got down, Miller almost got that Kimura. As soon as she was on her back, she like pulled that left arm and she was securing that Kimura. You could hear everybody screaming to break it. But Guthrie, I got to give her credit, man. She was showcasing that flexibility and the athleticism. She was rolling. She rolled like 3 or 4 times to try to get out of it. And almost rolled into an armbar, but she was able to get out of it. I think if Julianna Miller had a little bit better grappling skills, she probably would have got the Kimura or the armbar, but she was able, Guthrie was able to get out of it. And then Miller just went on to control the round in that top position. You know, she was just really controlling, got back to the feet, pressing Guthrie to the cage, all around, you know, just taking over. She just took over. So yeah, it was 2 rounds to 1 definitely for Julianna Miller. Like I said, good explosive fight. Overall, I'd say like the performance though, like UFC level, man, there's still a lot of work for Julianna Miller to do, and you know that's what they're here for. But you know, she get hit with a lot of shots. You know, somebody with really good striking and good cardio, they'll be able to keep it up on you, because Miller, she was getting hit with some big shots. You know, she was getting hit with some good combinations, but it was her tenacity and that pressure and that jab that kept her in the fight. You know, even Guthrie said that, you know, she was dealing with somebody that just keeps pushing the pace. And I think she wasn't really prepared for that. You know, she couldn't really get her respect. You know, she would land on Julianna Miller, but she didn't have the pop to get the respect. So, yeah, man, good fight. Like I said, it was probably the best fight on the card as far as just entertainment. You know, Dana White, he was looking, and that's what he said he wants. You know, that's what he said he's looking for, girls that want to go in there and lay it all on the line. You know, he got a chance to talk to Julianna Miller. So I think, you know, whether or not Julianna Miller was to win, he'd probably still sign her because she's putting on that entertainment. You know, I respect that. You know, I like entertainment, but at the same time, you know, I'm still a big fan of technique and skills. You know, and that's something that both fighters still need to work on, even Claire Guthrie. I thought Claire Guthrie had the better boxing, but it's that cardio. You know, she really needs to, you know, go back and work on that. Could have been, you know, the weight cut. But, yeah, man, good fight. Like I said, if y'all didn't see it, go check it out. It's a good rematch. It's better than the first fight, you know, when they fought in Invicta FC. I think it was, you know, had much more action. And from here, like I said, you know, people always, you know, continue to say the women don't perform. Just watch this fight compared to some of the heavyweight fights on this card. I mean, they laid it online. Dana White didn't look like this. You know, Dana White really didn't look like this to any fight except this one. This is the first fighter he wanted to talk to after their fight, right? So, yeah, guys, let me know if y'all saw it. If you didn't, check it out. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.